Macclesfield. Louis called from Newcastle. Hi, Louis.
Hiya, how's it going?
Fine, thank you. Yes, you would describe yourself as an entrepreneur.
I would indeed. So, I'm 21. I've just graduated university. I now run a mobile valet business, cleaning cars.
Great.
I've been going for about 2.5 years. Started out the back of my first car, and now we've got 2 vans.
Wow. And what made you go into that?
To be honest, it's kind of similar to what you were saying before. I'm in university. I'm looking at the graduate market, etc., and it's just, it's abysmal, really. What's ahead of you? There's lots of 24 grand salaries with no real progression. It's not great out there. Yeah, it's not great.
That's such a good idea, because people are busy and they often don't have time to wash their own car, or they don't have enough, particularly in a big city. There might be people living in flats and they can't necessarily automatically park up a car and, clean it with the hose pipe or whatever. So do you do any kind of vehicle, or do you have business accounts as well, companies who want you to keep their fleet?
Yeah, so it's obviously started out with just friends and family, but now we have, big commercial contracts.
Wow.
We have a partnership with David Lloyd's, who work with the likes of Enterprise in the Northeast. So, honestly, it's really busy. It's obviously hard to differentiate yourself because, there's a lot of car cleaners, but if you can bring it with some sort of a premium twist, then it can be quite successful.
Yeah, and you've employed people, I presume.
I have. My best friend, who was actually working at the Royal Mail, but he's now came on full time. He's been with us a few months, and honestly, it's going really, really well. Really well.
And when you think of what you thought about before you finished your degree versus what you're doing now, is this more exciting, being your own boss? You're king of your own destiny, really, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, it's not easy, especially starting out as self-employed. It's easier, I'd say, maybe to start in university as such, because obviously you have things like the student loan, etc. But obviously, when you have to start paying for a rent and bills and things like that, I can obviously see how it becomes quite difficult for someone older and maybe take the jump.
And in your experience of the young people around you, clearly you lack no entrepreneurial spirit, because you've shown it, you've done it, and you've been smart enough to just give it a go, and it's really working for you. Do you think that British students lack that drive entrepreneurially?
I do. It doesn't sound very nice to say, but honestly, a lot of the people, not necessarily around me, but people I know, it's just, they're almost waiting for something to come to them, and it just doesn't happen anymore. Big corporations like your Procter and Gamble's and your Sages, and they're not just going to hire someone on a degree anymore. About half the people do go to university these days. So it's more about your skill sets and your drive, I think, as one of your previous callers was saying, and purely motivation. How hard are you going to work?
And you must get a great deal of satisfaction of seeing that your plan, your idea, your vans, your business, your kit, your contracts that you're getting, the commercial contract you mentioned, is all down to you. Yeah,
it feels good. It's just literally, like I said, started off at the back of my car. We started doing TikToks, got a bit of local press. But honestly, at the start, you have to just harass people, to get the business. You have to prove yourself. It's really, really hard. I was working for less than minimum wage just to get a good reputation. And then, obviously, after a few years of that, you can really start charging for your worth, and it becomes fruitful. And you prove yourself by making the car absolutely gleaming, I presume. 100%. Yeah, obviously, you've got to do a really good job. You'll find out about that very quickly if you're not.
People in their cars, Louis? Thank God. Thank God they love them. But it's so lovely to hear your story. Really good. Good on you. Louis in Newcastle, 21, an entrepreneur if ever there was one.